Hey, Girl Scouts, Group 231. Yay! I'm Denise with Artist at Heart. I'm just waiting for you guys to, oops, I got to get on the camera. So every time you guys come on the camera, it's going to change my view. And once we start creating, I'll remove all of you guys because I'm going to get smaller and smaller and smaller with the more people that I add. So you guys, I want you guys to watch it on YouTube so you can see it on a big screen. The StreamYard, which is the link you're going to click, that's going to bring you guys into the studio so you can interact. So when it says it gives StreamYard access to your camera, that way you guys, or sound, you can come into the studio, put your name in there, and then you can come up on the camera and you can talk.
Sounds good. Yeah, girls excited? I got two. We have Natalie and Kate.
That's great. So if they click that link,
yeah,
the StreamYard link, then they'll pop into the studio.
Okay. Let me make some phone calls.
And they're probably watching it right now on YouTube. If they click the YouTube link, then they're watching us on YouTube. And if they click the StreamYard, then they would be like Natalie and Kate are in the studio.
All right, I'll find out where they are. Hey, are you on StreamYard? Okay. I sent you the two links.
Oh, there's one. Sarah.
Hi.
Hey, Sarah.
Hi.
Hi. So we're just, as you guys are coming into the studio, I'll put you up on the camera. But once I start, I'll put you guys back down. But you can watch it full screen on YouTube. So the StreamYard, like some people get confused and they watch it really small on StreamYard. The StreamYard piece is just so we can interact. But once I start creating, watch it on YouTube so that you can see it bigger. It'll be easier for you. Okay.
And where do we watch on? What are we watching on YouTube? Is there a link?
Yeah, you should have received two links: a private YouTube link and then the StreamYard link. Do you have the second link?
I don't. Oh yes, we see the. You can find more details, instructions here. The StreamYard.com.
Yeah, the StreamYard is what you're in now. You should also have a YouTube link.
No, we don't have a YouTube link.
Is Natalie and Kate?
I can I'll ask Kim to make sure she forwards it to you.
And I can.
Yeah, we don't have that one. Did she forward anything else?
You're on that the StreamYard? Because you're on StreamYard, so you're missing the YouTube.
You're in StreamYard now. You need the YouTube, and let me go back so I can see real quick.
Yeah, we don't have the YouTube one yet.
Okay.
I'll text. Let me text Kim real quick.
Where's the YouTube? What's the fingerprint?
Yours, I think.
Okay, she's printing. All right, Sarah, here's some water. Thank you, Mama. Have I taken it off and stuff? Have come say hi.
Hi,
Listen.
do you have the YouTube link?
There's everything.
Do you guys have the Kimberly? Do you have the YouTube link?
Hi. Wait, is that Emerson? Yeah, Emerson's like here. Hey, Emerson. Hello, Emerson. Hello. I'm waiting with my blues. Evan. Oh wow. Oh wow. Hey, where's me? Oh, do we not even yet? Say hi to Emerson. Say hi to Emerson. What? Evan's leaving me. No. I'm gonna paint that picture. Yay. Yay. I have watercolors. I'm gonna stack them up. Where are you in your what house? What part of house? Wait, what room are you in your house? Are you in, Emerson?
She wants to know what room you're in.
I think I'm in
What room are you in? Hold on. I can.
I'm in the kitchen.
Oh, okay. I'm in the kitchen. Well, technically in the kitchen, but the man keeps is over there. And we're in a new house, Emerson.
That's your new house. Awesome.
And I don't know if you can
Cool.
come showing this lovely dancing. Hey, this is the paper. This is the paper. Here. Evan, I'm putting it over here for you. I don't know why Evan decided to run like crazy, but he just decided.
That was your brother in the back.
I am pretending to paint. I am painting on a pretend white canvas. Oh,
Here comes somebody else. Sophia. Is Sarah? Yeah. Okay.
Evan, please don't stop showing off your dance moves, Evan.
Oh, and there's Avery.
Mom!
Paper here as well if you want.
Guys,
Did I get everybody? Avery, Natalie, 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. Sarah.
Oh,
So do you guys have your YouTube open too? I don't know whose sound that is. Whose sound is that? Someone lower your there. That's better. Okay. Well, you guys. So this like little studio here. I'm gonna when I start. I'm gonna take you guys off the camera, and you guys can take yourself off the camera too. But I wanted you guys when we started to see each other. But if you pull up YouTube, which you were supposed to get a link, I don't know if they're working on getting you guys the link. It's a private view on YouTube just for your Girl Scout troop. You can watch it later. It's going to be recorded, but you can watch it full screen there. You don't have to watch it in this little box here. So if you guys want, I know Natalie and Kate they were pulling up the YouTube link to get to you guys. But if you can't find it, look up Artist at Heart Paint Party, or you guys can just watch it here. Sarah, did you get the link yet?
So do you want to go back to YouTube,
So YouTube just makes it big screen. And here, the StreamYard just allows you guys to come on and off the camera. So if you don't like being on the camera, where'd she go? Kimberly. I can remove you like that. You could, but I want you guys to be able to watch it big screen, which is on YouTube. And who's that? Sophia. So I'll remove you guys. And when I'm creating, I'm going to be like this big. But if you guys pull up on YouTube, it's going to be recorded on YouTube. You can watch it later on YouTube. You could share it with your friends if you want to. It's a private link just for you guys, and it's recorded. So that's on YouTube. I have Artist at Heart Paint Party as my YouTube channel, but it's a private link. I want to make sure you guys have that link just for later. And then you don't have to watch it this small. StreamYard is just the platform that I use for us to interact. I just want to make sure you guys have everything. You guys tell me when you're ready to go. Where's our troop leader? When our troop leader gives me the go ahead, I'll start. So you guys ready? Are you, I don't know where our leader is. And I don't know. There's 6 of you guys. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think everybody's here. Let's start. Are you guys ready? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Or do you guys, thumbs up, give me thumbs up. Okay. So I'm going to draw mine out. I hope you have a pencil. Okay. I'm going to draw mine out with, so I'm Denyse, you guys. I'm Denyse with Artist at Heart Paint Party. I'm on YouTube and Facebook, Artist at Heart Paint Party. I think kids use YouTube more than Facebook, so that's why we're streaming on YouTube, and it's in a private, so not everyone can see it. It's just for your Girl Scout group, okay? I'm going to draw in black marker, but I want you guys to use a pencil, and I'm only using black marker so you can see it up on the camera, okay? And I'm a certified art teacher. I taught art for 20 years in the Cleveland Public Schools. And I've been doing this virtual stuff since March 16th. So, okay, I'm going to start right in the middle. I'm going to start in the middle with Rudolph's nose, and I'm going to use an oval shape. So I'm going to do it like this, roughly in the middle. I'm not going to measure. It doesn't have to be perfect. And actually, this one looks more like a UFO than that one. So you can make it as round or as oval as you want. Totally up to you. There's no right or wrong. So this one is more oval than the other Rudolph. And then after you get his nose, you can do 2 arches, 1 arch for one eye, 1 arch for the other eye. And then you could put little baby circles in there. That would be like the white reflection. And anything that I'm doing, you can change. Okay, so anything that I'm creating, I'm standing on one of my reindeer. I have this cute little reindeer down here. Look at this. I got this at the Dollar Tree. Isn't it cute? $1. Good deal. I love the Dollar Tree. You could always paint the back of it. You could paint your last name on it or your first name. All right, so you have the nose, you have the eyes. Now I'm going to do the bottom part of his face right here. So I'm going to go out, around, and back. And then if you want to make him smiling, you can give him a little smile. And then the top of his face. So I'm going to arch it here and come back down. And you can see where I get my motivation from a stuffed animal, right? So I think especially, if you guys are on break right now from school, drawing your favorite stuffed animal is a great thing to do for inspiration, just for something to do. Okay, let's give him some ears. So I'm going to go out, a little bit down and around and back up. And you can make them as small or as big as you want to. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to go out and down, curve around and back. Now he looks like a puppy, doesn't he? Those big floppy ears. So what makes Rudolph look like Rudolph are those antlers and the big red nose, of course. So here's how I'm going to do my antlers. I'm going to just start right a little bit higher than the ear. I'm going to go out and up, curve around. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to start just a little bit above the ear. I'm going to curve out and around. So when it's the same on both sides, it has balance and symmetry. So symmetry means it's the same on both sides. Is it perfect? No. It's just like if you drew a line down the middle of your face would have symmetry. It's the same on both sides. Okay, and look, my marker kind of ran out over there, but you get the idea. So I'm trying to make it the same on both sides. And now I'm going to come down here for his arm and hoof. And I'm going to curve around and over. You don't have to make it look just like mine, okay? It's going to look like yours. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm going to do it again here. And this little triangle on his hoof, that's just like a reflection. I could put a little curve here and a little curve here. This one looks bigger than this one, doesn't it? So I can leave it, or I can always, when I'm painting, go up a little bit higher. It looks kind of like a big hoof. I'm going to do a horizontal line where the fence is. So horizontal, jump over, horizontal, jump over, horizontal. So that's going to be my fence line. And you can always add snow to your fence line if you want to. And then here I'm going to do vertical, 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 vertical. So that's the fence. But your fence doesn't have to be wood like mine. It doesn't have to be brown like mine. It could be a white fence. It could be a purple fence. And I just have little tiny like nail marks for the wood. So little circles. That one would be hidden. Little circle, little circle, little circle. That's like the nail from the wood. And if you want to add snow, I would just put like a wavy line in the background here. That could be like the snow on top of the fence. So a little bit of snow on the top of the fence. If you want, you don't have to. You could put some pine trees in the background. You could even decorate those pine trees. If you wanted to put a star at the top of the pine trees or little circles for ornaments, you could do that also. But you don't have to. So this is just, again, just the background. And you can make different kinds of trees. They don't have to be pine trees. And you can have as many as you want to. So it's just, again, a little bit of, make it a little bit interesting. I'm going to just trace over this one just so it's a little bit darker so you can see it better. Oops. And I went inside the line. So look, I went inside the line. No one knows. Shh, don't tell anyone your mistakes. No one knows but you and me. And it's very natural to make mistakes. That's how you learn. You learn from your mistakes. Now, if you want to do the lights like tangled around his antlers, you could do a wavy line. So I would just start maybe over here. And I would go, you could go over the and under and just kind of wrap it around. It's just kind of a wavy line that goes from one antler to the other. And again, it doesn't matter really where you start. It could go under and over at any point. So if you want it to go under here, then you would jump over it and then continue. Or you could just make it go over and under. Whatever you want. I'm going to make this one go over, under. And then you could add the little light bulbs. They could be little round white bulbs. They could be those big colorful bulbs. You could use your favorite color. If it's purple, you could do purple, white, purple, white. I did mine in the primary colors, which are red, yellow, and blue. But you can use any colors that you want to. So let's see. I'll put a little bulb right here. I'll add a bulb over here. I'll put a bulb over here. We can always add more bulbs later. And again, you make them as big or as small as you want. I'll put one right on his antler. We can always add more. How you guys doing? Is everybody good? Give me a thumbs up if you guys are good. Awesome. All right. So I would just make sure you have a paper towel in case you need it and a cup of water to wash off your paintbrushes. This is something you could do with any supplies. So let's say you want to do it again. Maybe you make them as gifts today. Maybe you turn them into cards. So you can do it again and again and again, and you could use any supplies that you want. Or while you have paint out, you can do it till you run out of paint. I'm going to start, I want you to think right now, we're going to use black last, because if you bump into the wet black, it gets into all the colors and then it ruins the color. So I'm going to start with the light blue background. So I'm going to paint with blue, and I forgot my white paint, but I need white. So make it the blue that you like. I'm going to use a really, really light blue. So that means I'm going to take blue and I'm going to mix white with it. And that'll give you a nice light blue. Okay. And maybe you want to try your blue and see what kind of blue it is. So I'll show you my blue. Look, here's my blue without putting too much white in it. But I want it to be, you might like a bright blue, but I want my background to be softer. So I'm going to add white to it. That's called a tint. When you add white to a color, T-I-N-T. So it's the value of that color. So I just added, and you can paint right over that line. I mean, it would be impossible to paint around the line. So I'm just going to paint right over the line, and I'll add the line again later with my black paint. So I painted around my bulb. I painted around the ear. I like seeing the different light value in the blue paint. I think it makes the painting interesting, but you can do it all flat. And to do that, I would just keep blending it together. I'm just mixing it right on the canvas. So here will be blue. In between the antlers. And again, you don't have, you can change it. Maybe you put stars in the sky later. The nice thing about acrylic paint is it's really forgiving. So if you make a mistake, like I just almost painted the blue in the antler. If I did that, all I would have to do is wait for it to dry and then I could paint over it. So acrylic paint is opaque. That means it's not see-through, like watercolor paint. Watercolor paint is transparent. So the nice thing about acrylic is if you make a mistake, you just have to be patient, let it dry, and you can layer and paint over it. That's why I love it, because I'm kind of messy. If you didn't notice, my hands are covered in paint. So before you guys, before I saw you, I have a virtual class, and we did Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and that's why I have paint all over me. So I have about 150 art videos. I think I have a few still up on YouTube, but I have a subscription site. So there's about 150 recorded videos, and I record them live with my members. So let's just say about 10 kids came on today. And again, we use StreamYard, but we broadcast through Facebook and YouTube. And because usually their parents do the Facebook. And then the kids that want to come on and show their artwork. It's fun. We have a good time. I think creating art is very relaxing. As long as you just let go of, oh, I made a mistake, and then you don't, have a fit, and you just let go of it. And yours is going to look like yours. It's not going to look like mine. I like to tell everybody that your brush stroke is like your handwriting. It's going to look different than everybody else's. It's not going to look like your handwriting. It's just going to look different because you have a style. The way you hold your paintbrush, the pressure that you use, the way you hold it. So when you learn the ABCs from your teacher, if your teacher wrote the ABCs and then you copied it, you could tell they were the ABCs, but your ABCs look different than your teacher's ABCs, and they look different than all your classmates' ABCs because they're in your own style. And that's how art is. They're in your own style. And this painting, you could do this with watercolor paint. You could do it with tempera paint. You could do it with acrylic paint. You could do it with markers, crayons, colored pencils. And a lot of the kids that I paint with, they use something called canvas pads. So it's like a sketchbook. The canvas is thin, but it's canvas material. So they paint with me all the time, and it's not thick. It doesn't take up a lot of room because it's thin. It's thicker than paper because it's canvas, but it comes in a pad, so it's flat. So it doesn't have that frame on it. Like mine has a frame on it, but theirs, again, it comes in 9 by 12, 11 by 14. They're called canvas pads. One of my favorite products for people that do this a lot. If this is something you love to do and you enjoy it, it's a great thing to get. I have one of my other favorite products around here somewhere that I just got at Target. I'll find it as I'm working. Scented markers, those Mr. Sketch scented markers. Love those. The colors are amazing. One of my favorite products. So I was a classroom art teacher for 20 plus years in Cleveland schools. And I always had Mr. Sketch markers. I always had beautiful colors of construction paper. We used tempera paint a lot. And we used a lot of cakes. They're called, not cake like we eat, but paint cakes, because they were very neat. So they're almost like watercolor paint because it's dry and you just add the water to it, but they come in acrylic and tempera, but they're very neat. So you can't spill them. All right, I'm almost done with my blue. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so that's my background. How are you guys doing? If you're good, give me a thumbs up. I'll wait like a minute. I'll look for my Mr. Sketch markers. Here's my other favorite store. I got this cool Santa Claus at Marshall's, and I cut it out. It was a big bag, and I cut it out and I put it inside of a wreath for the front door because it's waterproof, but it's such a cute Santa. So you could do crafts like that. Again, I love Dollar Tree. I love getting stuff at Dollar Tree and making crafts out of the stuff. So whenever you're ready, you guys, if you did the trees, I'm going to do my trees green. So if you don't have green, mix yellow and blue together, and you're going to get a green. And you can make it as dark or as light as you want it. I would make it a little more intense in color than your background so it stands out. That's called contrast. So you want to mix it together. Look, I'm just mixing it right on my canvas. So whenever you're ready, you can do your trees, and your trees can stay white, right? You can do your trees any color you want to. If you want it to be a little bit more yellow green, you can put some yellow in there. So I'll do this. I'll do the one next to it just with a little bit of yellow so you can see. So I put a little bit of yellow paint in there. I made it a little bit more yellow green. Where's my yellow? I'm going to put a little bit more yellow on there. I also really love these little bottles. These little acrylic bottles are cool too because they, well, I say they keep me neat, but I'm kind of a messy artist, so. So that's a yellow. I'm just showing you if you mix a little yellow in your green, you can get like a yellowish green tree if you want. Right, makes it a little more interesting. Maybe I put a little yellow in this one. You could put snow on your trees. You could put ornaments on your trees. You could put a star at the top of your trees. You could put tinsel. If you have sequins in your house, like little pieces of sequins, you can always embellish your trees. That means add little details. So if you could put little pieces of sequins on there, you could put little beads on there, you could put little buttons on there. Those are just ideas to give you to decorate your trees if you want. Oh, there they are. Okay. So this is what I just did with right before you guys, I did this one. This is Santa Claus is Coming to Town. We just did that one. So, but you could see some ways you could decorate your tree. You can still do this decoration on our trees on Rudolph, right? So to get those little circles, all I did, hold on. So if you want to decorate your tree, all you have to do is use the handle of your paintbrush, and you can dip the handle. Let's say I want to do white. I can do little white dots with the handle of my paintbrush on my tree if you want to decorate it, which of course you don't have to. I'm just giving you guys ideas. All right. And whenever you're ready, I want you to think a lot of this is brown, but they're different versions of brown. So the Rudolph's, this part, actually on my stuffed animal, it's white. So this part right here, I don't even know what you call it on an animal, but that part of his face, on my stuffed animal Rudolph, his belly and his face are white. So if you want to do that, you want to leave that part white, you can. Mine is like a light tan, and you can make it so if you have brown, you can add some white to it so it's really light. If you don't have brown, you can make brown by mixing a bunch of colors together, and you're going to get a brown. Like you could take a little bit of red and a little bit of green, and a little bit of blue, and mix it together, and you're going to get brown. But you want it to be lighter. So that means you have to add white. All right. So again, you want his belly. So you can leave his belly and his face white, or you can make him tan. I'm going to mix a little bit of orange in mine. If you don't have orange, it's yellow and red together. So let's see what this color looks like. So if I want it lighter, then I think I want mine a little bit lighter. I'm going to scoop up a little bit of white, and I'm just going to mix it right in there. I'm going to mix it right on my canvas. There, I like that color better. Because we're going to be making a lot of different browns. Look at the fence is brown, the reindeer is brown, the belly, and then his antlers. So this one I'm going to do light. And again, if you want to make it more orangey, you can. And then if you want to leave his face white, but I'm going to do mine, and I'm going to paint right over the mouth, and I'll redraw it in later. That looks kind of gray. Let's scoop up some more of this orangey. Scoop up a little white. Inside of his ear. I'll make that match too. Okay. Are you guys keeping up with me okay? Thumbs up, yes? It looks like you're shaking your heads. How you doing, Avery? You good? Okay. And then if you guys are ready, you can do a little bit darker brown around here. But remember, the darkest brown is going to be the antlers. So maybe you add, again, to this part, maybe you put a little orange in there. Maybe it's a little bit white, but the darkest brown is going to be the antlers. Maybe you take your brown and put a little bit of black in it for the antlers. Maybe you make your antlers purple. It's up to you. And then I'm going to paint around the eyes. And then I'm going to make this part match that one. And again, if you wanted to make it lighter, if you want to put more orange in it. The fence is a brown, but yours does not have to be brown, right? So you can, same thing, add a little bit more white. You just want it to be different than your reindeer. So I'm going to scoop up a little bit of white and use, I'm going to use vertical brush strokes with that same paintbrush. Okay, and I'm going to paint over those little nail marks, and I'm going to paint over those lines because I can re-add them in later when I start using the black. So again, you just want it to be a different brown than the rest of them so it has contrast, so it looks different. So I'm using vertical brush strokes to get it to look like wood. I'll stop where that snow is, like the snow's at the top of the fence. Vertical brush strokes around the hoof. See, I ran out, so I just scooped up more. But again, it's really close to the color of my reindeer, so I'm going to scoop up some white and put it in there. And I'm going to use vertical brush strokes. So remember before I told you guys, I'm like, oh my gosh, my hoof is so big. So I can cover it up right here, make it a little bit smaller. Now, if I was using watercolor paint, that would be more challenging to do. And you could make little lines in it, like with you could just to have it like look like some grain of wood. I could just put some brown lines in there that are vertical. And I'm going to add black later just to get, to outline it, to put the lines back into the wood, like the panels, the planks of the wood. And whenever you guys are ready, you could do the antlers, and the antlers are just a darker brown. So if you don't have a dark brown, you take a little bit of black and you mix it in your brown and it'll get darker. But you'll see you don't need that much black. So take more brown and a touch of black. You can mix it right on your canvas, or you can mix it on the plate. And this is being recorded, you guys, so you can watch it again on YouTube. And, you could actually make a bunch of these that would be really cute. Maybe you do Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen and Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. And maybe you make a series of them. That would be, and then they could all fit together. Like you just hang them side by side. Just an idea. Maybe you make Rudolph's girlfriend Clarice. Remember Clarice? You could give her little eyelashes. Oop, that one's pretty wet. And you guys can, whenever you're ready, you could do his nose. You know, of course, it's red if it's Rudolph. Black if it's not Rudolph. I'm going to try to make it a little bit more round since it was so oval. It reminded me of a UFO. Make it a little bit rounder. You could also, you know, what would be cute is if you had pom-poms, those little pom-poms, you could decorate the lights with little pom-poms. You could do a red pom-pom for his nose. You could put little baby pom-poms on the trees. So that would be, again, a different way to do it, a way to embellish it. And you know what? Each time you do it, if you want to do it again and again, I bet you it gets better and better. I've done this several times. This is not my first time doing this. So, again, whenever you're ready, do the nose. And while I have the red on my brush, I'm going to do the red ornaments. Now, you guys, every time you switch colors and you wash off your brush, dry it off as much as you can. It just helps with the paint staying opaque, which means not see-through. So if you add a lot of water, you wash off your brush, you'll water down your paint if you just don't dry it off. So again, it's not bad. It's just, it'll make it more watery. And I like it when it's not so watery. So if you wash off your brush, and again, I'm going to do, since I did the nose red, I'm going to do my lights red too. Now you guys don't have to use red for your lights, but I like red. So I'm going to do some of my lights red. I'll do the primary colors. So red, I'll do a red over here too. It doesn't have to be a pattern, because red's a great Christmas color, right? And you can make them round. You can make them candy canes. I'll do a red over here. So let's see. We'll do that yellow, blue, yellow. Oh, I forgot to do blue. Oh, that's going to be a light. Okay. So let's see. I'll do a yellow light on his antler over here. Now notice I didn't do my black string yet. I know people want to use the black, but again, then you bump into it, it gets into all the other colors. So we'll do the black later. So there's a yellow light. But again, if you love purple, you can make purple lights. So let's see, we'll do, so I'm going to make that one bigger. Yellow, yellow, that'll be blue. That'll be red, blue. I'll do one more red. Maybe it's just a pattern of red and yellow, red and yellow, red and yellow. Up to you. I'll throw a blue. Or how about, I'll do a green. I did blue on the other one. I'll do a green light. Red, yellow, green. Now, if you don't have green, you have green because you made trees, but yellow and blue make green. We'll do a green over here. I could always add another one right there. Are you guys good? Are you keeping up with me? Awesome. So I think I've colored everything that I want to do. I'm going to let the lights dry before I put my black in there. So I'm going to leave that little baby white circle in the eyes, and I'm going to do around it black. So go as light as you can. Now, If you want, you can wait for it to dry and color it in with black marker. Same thing with the outline. If you guys rather wait for it to dry and outline it with black marker, you can do that. Some people just don't have a steady hand. I'm one of them, but I've been doing this long enough. So, and just think, the lighter you go, the thinner your bristle's going to be. The heavier you press, the wider your bristle's going to go. So as if you're like tickling it, go as gentle as you can when you're painting in the eyes. Now, if I look at that, so see how this white dot on this side is so much smaller than the other one? If I wait for that to dry, I can put a white circle there. So if you look at it, if I accidentally colored that all in and it was solid black, I have to be patient, let it dry, and then I can add a white circle over it. So I'm just going to be patient. It's hard to be patient. Okay, the hoofs are going to be black. I'm going to leave that little white triangle on his hoof. And I'll do the other side too. And you could put those lines on the fence. So I lost mine, so I'm just going to do some vertical lines for the fence. They don't have to be perfect. Just so you know it's a fence. And then I'm going to do a horizontal line here. And the little circles for the nail marks, you could just put a dot, 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 dot. And at any point, again, you can wait for it to dry and use a black marker. You can also do the black line. And it could be a white line. It could be, it doesn't have to be black. I'm just using black, but you can do your light line wrapped around the antlers. Don't forget his smile. Again, if you want to outline it, you can outline it. You can leave it. You can outline it later with a marker. And again, you can use the handle. So watch. So remember, I filled that in by mistake. I'm going to use the handle. I'm going to dip it in some white paint. And I'm going to put, look at that, boom, it's back. And now I'm just going to make this one the same size. So I'm just like, boom, there. Now it looks now it looks too big, right? So I can let it dry if it's too big. I can let it dry and then just shrink it. Or I can make it big, the black part bigger, so he doesn't look, funny. And since I have paint on the bottom of that handle, the white paint, if you want to add snowflakes, same thing. You could take little white dots, dot, 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 dot. So I'm just using the handle, dipping it in some white paint, and I'm just adding dots to my background for snow. Now try not to space them out exactly the same because it'll look like a pattern, and snow is scattered. So it shouldn't be in a pattern. So try to make it kind of random. And I want to show you one more thing. I told you guys I've done this a lot. So what's different? And I'll have you guys come on the camera. I'd like to bring you back up so I can see what you made. What's different on this one than my sample? And you could do it. Lights on the fence. If you like the lights on the fence, so all you would have to do, I'll do it on this one. You could put, same thing, don't, wait for the black to dry. Otherwise, you're going to get all that black paint in your pretty colors. But you would do a loop, like U's, you in black. And then you could add some colored lights to the fence if you want. Totally if you want. You don't have to. Okay, but that's just, again, another idea. Maybe you put your family's name on here. You could put the Smith family or, Rudolph, whatever you want. Again, I want you guys to think outside the box and come up with other ways and embellish it however you want. Again, if you want to add little sparkles to it, glitter to it, little sequins beads to it. If it's Clarice, you can put a little red bow on the head. Very cute. So what I'm going to do real quick is bring you guys up. Even if you're not done, I want to see what you guys are doing. So hi, you guys. How's everybody doing?
Good.
You want to show me how far you are? Oh, that looks great. Is that Kimberly? That's awesome. That is so cute. I love it. How are the rest of you guys doing? So cute. Great job, guys. I'll show you something else you can do. There's another thing you could do. You could either add stars or you could do like lines like this, like this. You can add and make that like little. You could add little highlights on your lights.
There you go. That's cool. You don't have to do it.
You could put a little ribbon around his neck. When you guys are done, what I want you to do is wash out your brushes and just use hand soap to wash them out. When you dry your brushes, just leave them flat on a paper towel or leave them with the bristles sticking out of the cup. Don't leave them flat in the cup because it ruins the bristle, okay? So you wash them out with soap and leave them flat on a paper towel or leave them sticking up, okay? You have any questions for me? Any questions? Anything you want to know? Ooh, it's so cute. All right, so girls, I'll make sure you get the link to YouTube. And so if you want to watch this again, it's recorded. You can watch it anytime. Sound good? Merry Christmas, you guys. Stay safe. Keep creating. On YouTube, you'll see more videos of different stuff you can watch, okay?
How do you end this? I don't know anything.
I'll hold on one second.
Wait, I can still see. Okay.
All right, you guys. Girl Scouts rule. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I'm Artist at Heart Paint Party on YouTube and Facebook. There are some free videos on there that you guys can watch and check out. And artistatheart.org is my website. I have a sign here somewhere. There's over 100, if you guys get bored, there's over 150 art videos, artistatheart.org. Check it out. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. You guys stay safe. Thank you so much. Bye.